Okay. Hello everyone, my name is Felipe, and the claim being responded to is online shopping will be the dominant method of commerce in the U.S. retail economy. My opponent's secondary claims are that the consumers benefit more from online method of commerce. The second secondary claim is that online shopping increases efficiency and sales large-scale businesses. And the third secondary claim is that online methods of commerce can help small businesses improve marketing and sales. So I noticed when he was doing this claim of fact speech that the structure made it seem like it was more of an explanation to online shopping and not how or why a policy would be implemented. So my response to his first secondary claim on consumers benefit more from online methods of commerce. The definition of benefit can vary depending on the person. Christian, the guy I'm repeating against, said that shopping online gives the consumer flexibility to shop at any time, anywhere, and in any setting. However, online shopping can take its time, the shipping can cost money, and depending on how long you want it. Online shopping is also somewhat of a vague term. Some people might shop online, but they also might do store pickup, which is basically the same thing as shopping in store. They don't benefit when they pay more for shipping. They spend more waiting for the item to come, uncertain of if it will come in time, if it gets lost, like if it gets sent to the wrong address, stolen, or even sometimes the packages come broken. As well as not knowing, like if you buy a certain item like a shirt, if it will fit you correctly or how it looks exactly in the picture. I have a specific example to this. One time I bought an item on Amazon and it was a vest for like a very formal event, and when it came in it did not match anything. It didn't match the exact color of what I wanted, and it was too late to return it and get another one because the date was coming up. And then also he also said that online shopping allows individuals to research and compare products, prices, and sellers. But that can also be done in stores, and main difference about in-store and online is that the product is there, you can try it on, and it's apparel to see if it fits. Online offers pictures, but the pictures are often misleading. So his secondary claim was that online shopping increases efficiency and sales for large-scale products. According to a CNBC article, nearly half of U.S. shoppers have returned an online purchase through the mail. This means that retailers are paying not only to send goods out to consumers, but they're often paying for the package to come back in the distribution network. Shipping higher rates of return. He wrote that there are nearly 260 million online shoppers in the year 2017. An article written by Forbes showed that 30% of people who shop online return items, and it's been proven that it's been getting worse as each year passes. Also, it has been made easier for shoppers to compare prices. While that's great for consumers, it's not so great for retailers, particularly those who carry the same items as the competitors, putting other businesses at risk of going out. Shoppers can quickly skim companies' websites to see who offers same-day delivery, pickup in stores, or other convenient fulfillment options, creating another arena in which retailers compete. Kohl's, Walmart, Target, and Best Buy have all expressed concerns about the cost of their online operations. Kohl's corporate says that its profitability online is less than half what it reaps in store. So a response to his third secondary claim, online methods of commerce can help small businesses improve marketing and sales. That claim from that one article is mostly informative and is based on assumptions using words such as believe, should, and etc. The second claim, he also said that online shops are able to sell their products to a wider audience from across the nation rather than in a specific community. Retailers are using web coupons to compile data on your shopping habits and the general concept of behavioral tracking, in which Cameras monitor every item you pause to look in a store, and marketers follow you at every online search and Facebook update. This idea is used to get to know the customers better, but in reality it's like stalking, and I find it really creepy. So to go back to what I'm refuting against online shopping will become the dominant method of commerce in the U.S. retail economy, and that concludes my argument. Are you gonna do it again, or you want me to do it? I mean, I'm here.
I'm fine either way. If you want.
Yeah, already did it.
Huh? You already know that.
It's kind of far for me to walk.
All right, well, the structural stuff at the beginning was pretty good. I think the argument that you're making here is really about whether or not there's an advantage to online shopping, not the prediction that this is going to replace or be the dominant method in the future. If there's an argument about whether or not it's going to be the dominant method of the future, it depends on that issue of what's beneficial. And your argument would have to be that there are insufficient benefits for it to become the dominant method of shopping in the future. You don't really make that claim, you just make some general arguments about the drawbacks of shopping online. So I think maybe you need to scale back what the main proposition is, and like I said, focus and say, what's going to happen in the future. I don't know that the advocate presented a reason to believe that this is going to take over in the future, but I will show you why there are problems with the issues that they've talked about and what those problems are, which might inhibit it from the future, but certainly show that it's not the be-all, end-all of shopping. And I thought that you did a pretty good job on that part. The flexibility issue, for instance, you challenge that by showing that there are a variety of problems that come from online shopping, what you have to spend for shipping, waiting for things that get lost or stolen. I think you could use some information on those points. You don't really have any data. It's kind of asserted examples there. You have data later. You've got a personal example about not something not fitting, and then you've got some data about returns later on, but the stuff being stolen, for instance, or having to wait, we got no data on that. What's the average shipping time? How much is the average cost to ship something? Who pays for the shipping, for instance? If it's customer having to pay for shipping, then suddenly whatever discount they found online is being diminished substantially. If it's the retailer who's paying for the shipping, of course, that leads to the problem that you're talking at the end, where their profitability goes down. So it's not really a benefit. It's not as beneficial as you're saying in the long run. All right. It was interesting that you started off with one statistic that said that half of the merchandise that gets returned, and then to finish your argument, you said only a third of it gets returned. I wasn't quite sure why you didn't start off with the one piece of evidence that says 30% gets returned, and then you say, and by the way, CNBC found a few years later that half is being returned, which would show the trend that you're talking about. If you put that information in a reverse order, it would probably suggest more problems exist, which supports the position that you're taking on that particular point. The comparison shopping thing, again, your argument here is that it benefits customers but not necessarily retailers, and that cuts down on their profitability. 1/2 of the profitability, in fact, which sounds pretty substantial. That could be a long-term problem for the sustainability of large merchandisers, and that's not necessarily a good thing. The benefits to consumers, for instance, I don't know how much consumers get to save. I don't know that the advocate had any evidence on that, and I think that would be a point to challenge. I thought the general idea about at the end that there's going to be use of this information in some way that's the equivalent of stalking, that's a potential drawback. Again, I'm not sure any of this denies the prediction that's being made by the advocate, but I'm not sure that the prediction that's being made is in dispute. I think it's really about the secondary issues that you're trying to talk about. All right, thank you.